Alright, so this will be another movie review. This one's called The Chairman, 1969. Giving this 3 out of 5 stars. Thought it was alright. It's either parts are either really good or really bad. Yeah, the one with the Chinese communist Red Guard burning books and killing intellectuals and individualists, people who value freedom. Mao Zedong knew how to eliminate all of his political enemies and then some. In other words, 100 million of his own people. And he's a pretty sick dude. I think he ended up dying of syphilis. A crazed madman, psychopath, sociopath, which is like most of the people in Congress these days. In fact, this being a 1969 film, the overarching concern is overpopulation of the planet. Paul Ehrlich wrote a book called The Population Bomb in 1968. All of his predictions were false. And he even made a bet with Julian Simon, which he lost. Nowadays, they've given up on overpopulation as the number one threat to Mother Earth. Now it's climate change, or global warming, they used to call it. Before it started getting cold, then they called it climate change. Anyways, so it's got that kind of Soylent Green kind of theme where Mao has this secret enzyme. He's got a scientist in the form of the great Key Luke from Kung Fu, and he was also number one son in the Charlie Chan series with Sidney Toiler, or was it Warner Orland? I don't know, one of the two. In fact, I've got another Charlie Chan right here, Charlie Chan in Honolulu, but it doesn't have number one son in it. Maybe it has number two son. Charlie Chan, the super sleuth. Yeah, it's number two son, Jimmy. Not number one son, Key Luke. Grab the pebble from my hand, grasshopper. Cool. Anyways, this U.S. version is missing a bunch of eye candy scenes, if you know what I mean. I'm talking gratuitous, explicit kind of stuff. And, it's in the international versions. It's in the bonus features, but it's not in the U.S. release. So, a lot of cool explosions. I like how Gregory Peck was lecturing Mao Zedong, the chairman, about the value of human life, each individual human life. But of course, Mao wasn't listening. He was a bloodthirsty murderer.
He was power hungry.
He thinks decadent Western values or something from the horse and buggy era. Just like most people in San Francisco nowadays. Or Berkeley. Yeah, Portland too, and Seattle. Hey, yeah, I reviewed, Adrian's in the chat room from Australia. G'day, mate. Anyways, cool. I watched and reviewed Chained Heat 2 and really grew on me. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I love women in prison movies. I think you know why. But that one had a lot of S&M and weird kind of stuff going on. I couldn't quite follow, but it was pretty weird. I thought this was going to be weird when I saw the bonus features, but they cut out all the gratuitous scenes and left it in the bonus features. It wasn't in the U.S. release. So anyway, if you get the disc, you can see the bonus features. Oh, it's 8:45 in the morning. Cool. It's 2:45 in the afternoon here. Anyways, it was all right. Like I said, it's got the Gregory Peck speech to too much rain. Yeah, I heard there were nasty storms in Australia. People had to be evacuated and stuff. I hope you're okay, man. I mean, mate. Why do I keep saying man? Oh, there's 3 people in the chat room now. It must be my son. Oh, floods, yeah. That's a bummer. I got flood insurance. That's why I just paid my bill, too. I think it was $115. But hope you got sandbags and some good flood insurance. But anyways, I'm glad you're doing okay. The chairman. Okay, so where do I start? So we're supposed to believe that there's going to be overpopulation, and Mao Zedong is going to hog all the food because he's got this special enzyme that allows crops to grow under extreme weather conditions, either severe cold or severe hot. So he's going to hog all the food in the world, and he's not going to let any other country have food while they're being overpopulated, which doesn't make sense. I just saw a kinky cartoon ad on my son's iPad.
So stupid. What is it?
Not for kids.
And it's targeted towards kids.
Yeah, they put all this weird, inappropriate ads on my son's video games. Not good.
I want to sue the company.
My son wants to sue the originator of these ads. He's offended by it. Anyways, getting back to the movie. So Gregory Peck has this transmitter implanted in his skull behind his ear or something. Take Australian land for China. That's funny. And so it's 1969, the height of the Cultural Revolution, where Mao is executing all of his political enemies, mostly intelligent people and individualists.
And capitalists.
Yeah, people who think for themselves, basically. Those are the enemies of Mao Zedong, the butcher of Beijing. So he wants to hog all the food and let the rest of the world starve. Gregory Peck is trying to infiltrate China with this transmitter in his brain. He doesn't know that there's a bomb inside the transmitter, and they're thinking about blowing up Mao Zedong. Yeah, Gregory Peck was great in The Omen, and Moby Dick also. He was good. What other movie? Trying to think. Anyways, great actor. Keye is another great actor. It's too bad their talent went to waste in this one. I mean, it was a huge financial flop. It actually lost money. And I believe it's a 20th Century Fox film, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so you can see the 20th Century Fox. There's Gregory Peck trying to cross the Russian border from Inner Mongolia. That's the ending scene. And he's got a bomb implanted in his skull. And he's oh yeah, Cape Fear. I gotta see the original Cape Fear. It keeps languishing on #1 on my Netflix queue. And you told me it was better than the remake with Robert De Niro. So I was kind of looking forward to that, but on Netflix it just says very long wait, and then I never get it for months. So, anyways, so Gregory Peck meets with he starts playing ping pong with Chairman Mao, and I'm thinking, oh no, they can't be glorifying Chairman Mao. But then Gregory Peck starts lecturing Mao on the value of human life, which is kind of odd because he said he didn't vote for Nixon, but we don't know who he voted for. George McGovern, Hubert Humphrey, maybe, or maybe both. Anyways, he's at odds with the military dude who's got like a dark lens here. I guess he had his eye chopped or something. He's got a scar going down, and then you can see the dark lens here, and then the clear lens is on this side. It looks kind of funky. It's weird. So Gregory Peck gets in through Hong Kong, across the Chinese border. They rush his visa because Mao thinks that he can help them. He's trying to get him to join the communist regime. And, of course, Gregory Peck doesn't want any part of that. Key Luke commits suicide, and he divulges the chemical composition of the enzyme to Gregory Peck in Mao's little red book. You see all these crazy Chinese people waving Mao's little red book, carrying pictures of Mao and burning books.
I would burn and then have the Taiwan.
Yeah, I would burn the little red book and
Raise up the Taiwan flag.
raise up the Taiwan flag. Yeah, now you're talking. Anyways, like I said, this movie had its moments, but it could have been a lot better. It definitely had its downside. The ending didn't make any sense. What Gregory Peck is talking about saving humanity in the form of a peasant working on the field. He sounded like Chairman Mao for. It was confusing. I didn't know which side he was on, quite frankly. And,
He's a centralist.
yeah, I think he's one of those moderate kind of middle of the road, independent kind of person, I guess. Go Taiwan. Hey, check this out. My son got a kick out of your Go Taiwan chat. He's a big proponent of Taiwan independence.
Taiwan is already a country. It has different currency.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember back in the 80s, everything said made in Taiwan. Now everything says made in China. Yeah. China took over Taiwan's economy, and now they're in control of Hong Kong, too.
Free Hong Kong.
Free Hong Kong.
Free
Free
Tibet.
Tibet? Now you sound like some of these hippies here in San Francisco. Free Tibet. You You want the Dalai Lama to run China? Probably be 10 times worse than what they got now. Anyways, um, interesting little espionage film from 1969. I would have preferred to seen the international version, like I said, but they're building their own islands. Yeah, China's building their own islands in the sea, which they don't own, but they claim ownership. Anyways, the Chinese Communist Party needs to end right there.
Yeah. And Chinese Communist Party.
And Chinese Communist Party, there you go.
They have destroyed China.
Yeah. They sure messed up the lockdowns. They didn't work, so so what did Italy and the United States do? They copied Chinese lockdown. Anyways, enough about that. Next up is Charlie Chan in Honolulu. I'm trying to take a little nap. He got his let's build a new Taiwan. Yeah, let's see everything. Have a little sticker that says "Made in Taiwan," like back in the 80s.
Well, yeah, did you know made in China stickers are actually made in Korea?
Oh, made in China stickers are made in Korea. I didn't know that. Learn something new from my son every day. Anyways, cool stuff. He got his third scrutiny. He was out there in the sun celebrating Mass. I guess California is opening up quicker than UK or Australia. They got all kinds of stuff going on, like Disney World and limited capacity cinema theaters. China is claiming kimchi. Kimchi is made in China too.
They're going to claim all of Asia.
They're going to claim all of Asia. Yeah, they'll probably declare war on the United States the way Biden is. That blowhard, that old senile dementia president is rattling his saber at both China and Russia. He's crazy. I think he wants to start World War III. Anyways, he's got his finger on the nuke and he's got dementia. Anyways, nice chatting with you, Adrian. Sorry I missed you yesterday, but I did put up the video for Chain Heat 2. And it's got the link to the movie and the trailer, although you have to pay YouTube if you want to watch the movie, so it kind of stinks that it's not free. But you probably prefer getting the disc. I showed the disc art for Chain Heat 2 with the great Brigitte Nielsen, 6 feet tall, fresh out of America Has Australia's Back, another Reagan, all good. Yeah, cool. So if you go back to my last movie review, you can see the disc for Chain Heat 2. It's got Brigitte Nielsen and some jail inmate in the background with not too much clothes on. Cool flick. And it's got that Paul Koslow dude who was also in a he was in Cleopatra Jones, Heaven's Gate, and YMI. Those are the only 3 movies I remember him from. He's been in a ton of 70s cult movies, that dude. So kind of an interesting combination, him and Brigitte Nielsen. Cool stuff. Anyways, I think I'll crash out for about 20 minutes, and then I'll check out Charlie Chinn in Honolulu. I got to take off early. Bring him back because I picked him up from church kind of early, like 25 minutes early. But I did. I was running late 15 minutes, so I think I'll subtract 10 minutes off my timeshare with him today, and then I'll see a lot more of him on spring break. Spring break is coming up in a couple of weeks, and everybody's flooding into Florida beaches, man. It's like an insane party on Miami Beach. They imposed a curfew at 8 p.m. and they shut down a lot of businesses there because they're afraid that there's going to be this huge COVID surge, which hasn't materialized, much to the chagrin of the lockdown people. But anyways, enough about that. I'll see you later. I guess I'll see you next time when I do my next movie review. Laters.